You know, in a world that is constantly pulling us in a million different directions, how do we stay grounded but also flexible? Well, today, we're going to explore a really powerful philosophy that balances a steady, unmoving anchor with a free-flowing sail. So let's dive in.
We all face this question, right? When you're at a critical juncture in your life, do you lean on your steady, time-tested principles, or do you trust that gut feeling, your spontaneous intuition? The framework we're exploring today says that true wisdom, well, it lies in mastering both.
So at the very heart of this philosophy are two powerful concepts. On one side, you've got ru ru budong, or immutability. Just think of it as your unshakable core, like a mountain that doesn't move. And on the other side, sui xing or dong, spontaneity. This is your intuitive flow, kind of like a river that just effortlessly finds its path. Now, they seem like total opposites, but they're actually the twin pillars of a wise life.
Okay, so let's start with the foundation. Because before we can even think about setting sail, we have to understand our anchor. So what does it actually mean to have this immutable core?
Now, this idea of immutability, it's not about being rigid or stubborn, not at all. It's about having foundational principles so deeply a part of you that they stay constant, whether you're celebrating a massive success or going through your darkest hour. This is your true north. It's your unshakable inner anchor. So what actually makes up this anchor? Well, this philosophy points to a few non-negotiables: a reverence for the universe and for nature, a deep respect for your roots, which means honoring your parents, a commitment to social harmony, and of course, that foundational compassion to love others as you love yourself. And look, these aren't just, nice suggestions. They're presented as the absolute bedrock of a stable life. And it goes even deeper than those duties. This immutable core also includes these lifelong pursuits, things like nurturing genuine love and relationships, relentlessly working to improve your own character, and continuously striving to perfect your life's journey. These aren't destinations you just arrive at. They're the constant, unwavering directions you're always traveling in.
All right, so the anchor is set. It's solid, it's principled. So now, let's talk about raising the sail. What does it truly mean to act with spontaneity?
Spontaneity, in this context, isn't just about being impulsive. It's a much, much deeper kind of wisdom. It's about learning to trust the guidance of your inner spirit, that gut feeling, way more than the chatter of your logical mind or your past experiences or even what other people think you should do. It's letting your intuition be the wind in your sails.
So, when do you actually use this? The philosophy gives some super clear examples. When you're at a major life crossroads, the advice is to quiet that analytical brain and just listen. That pros and cons list, it can only take you so far. What is your inner spirit actually telling you? And this is where you really see its power, in a crisis. When you're facing a desperate situation, your mind might start racing, totally panicked, trying to calculate a way out. This philosophy suggests the best solution is often to just let go of that frantic thinking and allow a more intuitive, calmer solution to bubble up from your spirit.
Here's another powerful one that I think we can all relate to. When you're choosing a career, we so often chase what looks prestigious or what pays the most. But this text advises us to notice what comes naturally to us. That path of least resistance isn't about being lazy. It might just be pointing you toward your most authentic and most valuable contribution.
And it's not just for these huge, life-altering decisions. The application is universal. From how you respond to an adversary to navigating the simple choice of what to eat for lunch, the principle is exactly the same. You learn to trust that inner guidance system in every single moment. It becomes a complete way of being.
Okay, this is where it gets really interesting. We've got an immovable anchor and a free-flowing sail. We have an unshakable core and total spontaneity. How on earth do these two work together? I mean, it seems like a total paradox, doesn't it? How can you have both of these things at the same time? Well, the answer to this question unlocks everything.
And here is the beautiful answer. It's all about separating your why from your how. Your core purpose, your values, the reason you're here, that is immutable. It never, ever changes. But your actions in the world, how you live out that purpose, the method you use, that should be spontaneous, always adapting to the moment.
This is the absolute key insight. The two don't contradict each other. One actually makes the other possible. It is because you have a stable, unshakable core that you have the freedom to be truly and wisely spontaneous. You can trust your intuition because you know it's guided by a solid moral and spiritual compass. Without that anchor, you wouldn't be sailing. you'd just be lost at sea. So, okay, how do we put all this into practice? Let's turn this entire philosophy into a practical tool you can use, your own inner compass for navigating life.
The ultimate takeaway is really this. We often think of freedom as having no rules, no limits, just chaos. But what this philosophy teaches us is that real, meaningful freedom doesn't come from chaos at all. It comes from having such a solid inner center that you can confidently and wisely trust your intuitive flow to guide you through literally any situation.
So I'll leave you with this question to really think about. What are the unwavering principles in your life that are truly non-negotiable? What is the bedrock that forms your immutable core? Because once you truly know your anchor, you'll finally be free to sail anywhere the wind takes you.